Guys, please check your audio and video settings, please. Guys, please respond in the chat box. Am I audible, guys? Am I visible, guys? Any newcomers are there? Please ping me in the chat box. Any newcomers are there? Please ping me in the chat box. Okay, everyone, please collect these backup videos. Those who missed initial classes, these are the backup videos, my dear. Number 1, number 2. These are the faculty details and admin details. Please copy to your system and save them. Don't worry, at the end of the session, once again, I will give to you people. Okay, guys. Tell me, in yesterday's class, I was talking about what, guys? Spring core module, right? It's a base module for other modules of the application, other modules of the Spring framework, other modules of the Spring framework, right? Okay, when this module is used alone, we can max to max develop only standalone application. When this module is used along with other modules, we can develop the web application, distributed applications, right? This module mainly gives 2 IOC containers, right now, boss? What are those 2 IOC containers it will give? One is Bean Factory container, other one is application context container, right now, boss? Super. The Spring supplied IOC containers are given for 2 main operations. What's the main use of these 2 IOC containers, guys? One is Spring Bean lifecycle management. What do you mean by that? IOC container only loads Spring Bean class. Okay, creates the object for Spring Bean class. Manage that object. If needed, destroys the object. What do you mean by Spring Bean? It can be any Java class whose object is created and managed by Spring container. Whose object is created and managed by Spring container. Right now, boss? Okay, guys. Next one. IOC container is also responsible for dependency management. What do you mean by dependency management, boss? Providing dependent class object to target class object. Providing dependent class object to target class object. Understanding my statement? Okay. What do you mean by target class? The class that uses other class services is called target class. The class whose services are being used is called dependent class. Example, Flipkart DTDC. Flipkart is the e-commerce application or company who needs DTDC as a courier service. Vehicle engine. Vehicle needs engine to move the vehicle towards any direction. Right now, was faculty needs a student. Okay, student needs books for preparation. So target class, dependent class. How many ways of dependency management is there, guys? 2 ways are there. One is dependency lookup, other one is dependency injection. Yesterday we completely spent time on dependency lookup or not? We completely spend time on dependency lookup or not, guys? Okay, boss. Now tell me, boss, what we do in dependency lookup, tell me. Here, target class spends some time, writes some logic to search and get a dependent class object from different resources. Indirectly, the target class is pulling dependent class object from different places or not. What is the real life example, guys? The way student request for course material in the institute and gets it is called dependency lookup. is called dependency lookup. Understanding? What is number 2, guys? The way Java application or class, nothing but target class, contacts the JNDA registry, searches and gets its choice object from the JNDA registry, is also called a dependency lookup or not. See, guys, this is my Java application or Java class, nothing but acting as a target class. Let us assume some e-commerce application class. It is contacting JNDA registry, submitting the nickname or alias name or JNDA name, and getting a required object from the JNDA registry. So that means target class is spending time writing logic to search and get dependent class object from different resources. Right now, what is the different resource here? JNDA registry. Come on, guys. Why people are keeping objects in JNDA registries? Simple reason. When you create object inside the method, that is specific to the method. When you create the object inside another class as a non-static member variable, specific to another class object. When you create a object, okay, in another class as a static member variable, come on, as static, that is specific to another class scope, guys. I want to provide global visibility and accessibility. Global visibility and accessibility for any useful object, boss. Then you should place that object reference. Then you should place that object reference in the JNDA registry or not. Then you should place that object reference in the JNDA registry or not. I want reply, boss. Okay. The way we write JNDA code in Java application to contact the JNDA registry and to get our choice object from JNDA registry is technically called dependency lookup operation. Is technically called dependency lookup operation. Everyone convinced, my dear? What are the pros and cons of dependency lookup? Tell me. What are the pros and cons of dependency lookup? Advantages. A target class can search and get only the required dependent class object. That's the pros. That's the positive part. Guys. What is the disadvantage, boss? What is the disadvantage? Programmer should spend time, should write logic to search and get a dependent class object. So definitely that's a disadvantage or not? No doubt in that. Okay. Save, guys. I think this is dependency management. Okay. What is this? Completed in previous class. Completed in previous class, right? Nice. So now time has come to understand dependency injection, Rababu. Are you ready? Latecomers, are you ready? Any newcomers are there? Don't worry. At the end of the session, I will provide all the backup videos. Enjoy the learning. Enjoy the learning. Injection means assigning. Injection means assigning. Injection means pushing the things. Okay, guys, listen carefully. Here, the underlying server or container or framework or a runtime environment like JVM dynamically assigns dependent class object to target class object. You need not to do anything. Everything will be taken care by underlying container. Is it not interesting, Rababu? Is it not interesting? Target class need not to spend time. Target class need not to have logic to search and get the required dependent class object. Everything will be realized and taken care by whom? The underlying container or server or framework or JVM or runtime environment. Very, very interesting or not? Very, very interesting or not? Come on. Okay, guys. Here, the underlying server or container or the underlying server or container or framework or server or container or framework or okay JVM or okay runtime environment. Dynamically assign the tell me dependent class object to target class object. Dependent class object to target class object. Okay, boss. Tell me, guys, one more point here. Okay. Here. What do you mean by underlining, boss? Or in which application we are? That application related server, that application related container, or framework, or JVM, or any runtime environment. Okay. Here, the underlying server, container, framework, JVM, or runtime environment. Okay, pushes the dependent class object to target class object. Yes, na boss? The dependent class object to target class object. I hope you are understanding my statement, guys. Okay. Array, if target and dependent classes are given as a Spring Beans, then what happens? Even the loading classes creation of target and dependent class objects will be taken care by whom? IOC container, right? Now assigning dependent class object to target class object also taken care by whom? IOC container. So that means all aspects are under control of IOC container or not? Is it not interesting, Ra Babu? Okay, guys. If we give target and dependent classes as the Spring Beans, every word is important, boss. Then the IOC container perform Spring Beans by enabling dependency injection. By enabling dependency injection. Then the IOC container performs the following operations. Yes, boss. Yeah. What is this? IOC container loads both target and dependent classes. Agree with me, guys? Both target and dependent classes. Super. IOC container creates both target and dependent classes objects. classes objects. Super guys. IOC container assigns dependent class object to target class object. Assigns dependent class objects to target class object. Okay, guys. IOC container manages both target and dependent class objects. Manages both dependent class object and target class object. Are you understanding my statement? Okay. IOC container gives both objects to programmer. Both objects to programmer whenever they are required. Whenever they are required. Are you understanding? Okay. The people who missed initial classes, don't worry, we will provide backup classes for you. I will share backup videos at the end of this session. IOC means inversion of control. What is the name? Spring containers are also called as IOC container. Why they are called inversion of control containers, boss? Are you programmer is doing everything, or they are taking every aspect from programmer and everything else they are taking care of? They are taking control from programmer and every aspect they are taking care or not? Are you understanding my statement, boss? Guys, the people who attended today's class as the first class, please control your excitement. You are supposed to watch multiple backup videos. Then you will start recognizing terminologies. Try to understand the concept. Everyone understanding my statement, boss? The class that uses other class services is called target class. The class whose services are used by target class is called dependent class. Clear, my dear? IOC container gives both objects to programmer whenever they are required. Whenever they are required, guys. And lastly, IOC container can destroy both objects. Okay, these many activities can be done. Listen, guys, if I develop the same application in core Java, who has to take care of all these things? Developer. Who has to take care of all these things? Developer. Are you understanding my statement? Okay. If you don't use Spring, okay. If you don't use Spring's IOC container in application development, nothing but core Java style application. Core Java style application development. Agree with me, guys? Core Java style application development. All these operations must be done by programmer manually, which is quite burden to the program. At least now you are able to feel why people are crazy about Spring, boss. Quite burden to the program. Understood, boss? Convinced, my dear? Okay. Who has to load both target and dependent classes? Programmer. Who has to create objects for both classes? Programmer. Who has to assign dependent class object to target class object, boss? Programmer. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay, guys. Who has to manage both objects? Programmer. Okay. Who has to access and use those objects whenever they are required? Programmer. Who has to keep those objects ready for garbage collection? Programmer. Indirectly, programmer only should initiate destruction. Right now, boss? So means developer is overburdened or not? Developer is overburdened or not? Okay. Spring style programming is like what, guys? Spring style programming is like what? Fully automated washing machine. Yes, na boss? Okay. Core Java style programming is like what, guys? Washing clothes with hands. Washing clothes with hands. Okay. Spring style programming is like what? Driving fully automated car. Driving fully automated car. Tesla car. Tesla car kind of thing. Okay. Core Java application development is like what? Driving car with manual gears. Driving car with manual gears. Aisa no na, boss? Are you able to feel it? Are driving Maruti Suzuki car, Tata cars. Are you able to feel it or not, guys? Now tell me, guys. Loading classes creating object comes under what? Loading classes and creating object comes under what, guys? Life cycle management or not? Life cycle management. What do you say, guys? Life cycle management. Okay. Managing both objects, destroying both objects whenever they are required comes under what, guys? Life cycle management only, na boss. These two are also life cycle management. Birth to depth, everything they will take care, right? Life cycle management. Okay, guys. Assigning dependent class object to target class object comes under what, guys? Dependency injection or not? Dependency injection or not? Dependency injection or not? I want reply from you, boss. Okay, now tell me, IOC container is taking care of both Spring Bean lifecycle management and dependency management. Dependency injection is also part of dependency management or not? Dependency injection is also part of dependency management. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Okay, guys. Okay, now listen carefully. If I give Flipkart and DTDC classes to Spring IOC container as target and dependent classes, IOC container loads both Flipkart and DTDC classes. IOC container creates objects for both Flipkart and DTDC classes. IOC container only assigns DTDC class object to Flipkart class object. IOC container only manages both objects internally. Okay. From IOC container, programmer can ask, give me DTDC class object, give me Flipkart object whenever it wants for different business operation. For different business operation. At the end of the application, we can ask IOC container only destroys the both objects. Life is very simple now, boss. Life is very easy now, boss. Lots of people ask me one question. Just two objects now, sir. What is there in that? Think that your project is having 500 classes. And all 500 classes you have given to IOC container as Spring Beans, specifying who are the target, who are the dependent. Now, IOC container is managing how many classes and how many objects, guys? 500 objects are 500 classes. So that much burden is reduced from the programmer now, boss. When you take two classes, it may look, what is there kind of thing. When you look at 1,000 classes of the project, 500 classes of the project. Understanding my statement? Swapnil, Can you see your statement in English? After destruction, can we use or not? You only tell me. You only tell me. After destruction of object, can we reuse the object? Can you check before typing such questions? You only saying if they are destroyed, and you only asking can we use them after that. Destroyed means not available now, boss. Okay, and don't just look at ah, don't just look at 2-3 classes as a target and dependent classes, Babu. Look at in a project 1,000+ classes are there, 2,000+ classes are there. In that situation, someone is loading those classes, someone is creating those objects, someone is identifying target and dependent and assigning dependent objects to target class object. Someone is managing them, someone is giving whenever we want to use them, someone is even destroying them whenever there is no need of them. It is making our life easy now, boss. IOC container is seriously behaving like a fully automated washing machine or not, boss? Are you understanding my statement? Okay, how to make those classes as spring beans? No, on the top of the classes, write @bean. Sorry, on the top of those classes, you write @component annotation, or use @bean method as we discussed in yesterday's class. As we discussed in yesterday's class, right now, boss? Either by using @bean methods or by using what? Sai Kumar, J&A registry is the story of dependency lookup. In industry, dependency lookup is not popular. Focus on dependency injection, please. Right now, we are talking about dependency injection. In dependency injection, no role of J&A registry. It's all about container is dynamically assigning dependent class object to target class object. And just think about fully automated washing machine. You just pour the clothes, guys, and switch on it. How much water to consume, how much powder to consume, how much time the spindle has to be rotated, in which direction it has to be rotated. Everything is dynamically decided by washing machine, na boss? Yes, na boss? Once washing is over, automatically it switches to drying mode. Automatically it switches to drying mode. Same IOC container also taking care of maximum responsibilities or not? Super, guys. Example one. Example one on dependency injection. Examples on dependency injection. Examples of dependency injection. Involve in the discussion, enjoy the discussion, focus on current topic, stop thinking here and there. I'll introduce right topic at right time. Examples of dependency injection. Example one. Okay, now listen. Student joined in the course and management assigned course material to student. Student has not asked for material, Ramam. The moment he joined in the course, management said, take this material. This is your material, take it. Your material is assigned to student now, boss. Injected to student now, boss. The way student gets course material from the institute, the moment he joins in the course, is it not dependency injection? Are you understanding my statement? First, understand the concept, how these things can be implemented in Spring is the programming part, which I am going to introduce later. First, try to understand the concept. Right, boss. That's the example one. Can you go for example two, guys? Okay. Now tell me, servlet container, servlet container. Yeah, this example only for the people who know servlets. Who creates our servlet class object? Servlet container. Yes, na, boss? Whenever servlet class object is created, for every servlet class object, one right-hand object is created. What is that? Servlet config object. Yes, na, boss? Okay, this servlet config object is dynamically assigned to servlet class object, na, boss? So, the way servlet container assigns servlet class config object to our servlet class object, is it not dependency injection? Are you assigning servlet config object manually to servlet class object? The way servlet container assigns servlet config object to servlet component class object, is it not dependency injection? Our servlet class object is target class object. Servlet config object is what? Are you understanding my statement? Servlet class, Atul Kumar, for all people, link will be sent at once. Can you focus on current subject? Please. Guys, the people who completed payment, don't wait for the link. Link will be sent to all the students at once. Is that clear? I request everyone to focus on current topic. Don't waste time on unnecessary things. Don't divert your brain here and there. Put your focus. In online classes, most important thing is focus and discipline. Stop listening classes by playing with the mobile. Stop listening classes by laying on the bed. Sit in the chair, keep your spinal cord in 90 degrees angle and start listening the class. Then seriousness will come automatically. Don't divert your brain here and there. Shall we get into the subject, boss? Tell me, guys. Don't ask for link. We assign the link. Now listen. We assign the link once the link is ready. So don't you think it is dependency lookup or dependency injection? The way Naresh IT management assigns new link to the paid students is dependency lookup or injection? Let's involve the subject, boss. Let's enjoy the subject like this. That comes under dependency injection. You are daily asking for the link. One day we deliver the link. That comes under what, guys? Daily you are requesting for the link. One day we have given link to you. That is what? Dependency lookup. But in Naresh IT, the way you get the new meeting ID, new meeting ID link is a dependency injection process. Once the link is ready, admin will dynamically assigns to you. Till that time, don't go for any dependency lookup process. I hope I have given a technical answer for you people, right? Okay, let's come back to example 2. Yes, boss. Tell me. The way servlet container assigns servlet config object to our servlet class object is called dependency injection. Yes, na, boss? Okay. Now, third example is very interesting, Rababu. You already know, but you never noticed it. First of all, tell me, whenever JVM creates the object, the properties of the object will be assigned with default values. Tell me, are you assigning default values manually or they are dynamically assigned by JVM? Are you assigning default values manually or they are dynamically assigned by JVM? So the way JVM assigns, default values to Java class object properties. The moment object is created, is it not dependency injection, Ra Babu? Here, what are the dependent values here? Default values are dependent values. Who is the target? Object is the target. The way they are assigned to object properties, the moment object is created, is it not dependency injection? Is it not dependency injection, Ra Babu? That means knowingly, unknowingly, in every object creation, dependency injection is happening from JVM side. Knowingly, unknowingly, in every object creation, dependency injection is happening from JVM side. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed all the three examples. Tell me, dependency lookup is interesting or dependency injection is interesting? Dependency injection is interesting, Rababu. In dependency lookup, you have to take work. You have to take the responsibility as a target class developer. In dependency injection, everything is taken care by underlying container, server, framework, JVM, runtime environment, which we never develop them. They are ready-made ones, right? They are ready-made ones. What do you say, boss? Okay. I'm writing everything, don't worry. The way student is what? Target. Gets is a course material. Dependent. The moment he joins in the course is a course material from the institute. The moment he joins in the course. The moment he joins in the course. Super, guys. The way servlet container assigns or injects servlet config object, nothing but dependent to servlet class object, nothing but target. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Super, guys. The way JVM assigns default values. Okay, these are dependent values to the properties of objects. Array, integer variables by default holds what? 0. How that 0 is coming? From JVM. Floating point variables by default holds what? 0.0. How that 0.0 is coming for them? Who is assigning it? JVM. Okay. Reference variables by default holds what? Null. Who is assigning null to them? JVM. So JVM is injecting default values to object the moment object is created by JVM or not. To the properties of object, Java class object, the moment object is created. The moment object is created by JVM. Everyone understanding my statement, boss? Super, guys. Tell me pros, advantages, boss. Can you tell me what is the advantage here? What is the advantage of dependency injection? Programmer need not to write any logics in target class. Everything will be taken care by underlying server or container or framework or runtime environment or JVM. This reduces burden on the programmer or not? This reduces burden on the programmer or not, boss? Okay. Programmer need not to write any logics in target class to get dependent class object because the underlying container or server or framework or JVM or runtime environment. Okay, dynamically assigns dependent class object to target class object. Dynamically assigns dependent class object to target class object. Okay, burden on the programmer is reduced. Programmer is reduced. Yes, na boss? Yeah, tell me, what is the disadvantage, boss? What is the cons? Cons means what? Disadvantage. Okay. Anyone, any guesses? Any guesses from your side? Any guesses from your side, guys? Now listen carefully. The underlying container or server or framework or runtime environment may inject both necessary and unnecessary logics, na boss. May inject both necessary and unnecessary dependent objects, na boss. Say something, my dear. Sir, I don't want default values in floating point variables. I don't want default values in floating point variables, but still injected or not. Okay. I don't want to do study by you taking course material. Understanding my statement? I want to study through internet, but still course material is given. Unnecessarily charged money for that. Yes, na boss? Sometimes it happens or not. Don't worry. Naresh IT is not giving any physical book, guys. Everything is given in the soft copy. Okay. Think in this angle also. Think in one more angle also. In entire servlet programming, I am not using servlet config object. But still container is injecting servlet config object to servlet, which is almost wasted or not. Which is almost wasted or not. So this possibility is there or not. The underlying container server runtime environment may inject both necessary and unnecessary objects. Necessary objects means we take it and use it. Unnecessary objects are wasted, na boss. Their creation is wasted, their injection is wasted. Suppose you have gone to relatives' home, guys. You'll ask for food or they will serve the food. They will serve the food. In that process, they will serve both the items, what you like, what you don't like. Okay, the item what you don't like will be wasted just like that. Will be wasted just like that. Because you have not eaten them because you did not like them. Yes, na boss? Okay, I'll give one final conclusion example. The way you get food in your home, dependency lookup. Why? You go to home, you will request, today I want to eat this food, please prepare. Then they will prepare and deliver to you. That is dependency lookup now, boss. So we can ask what we want and we will get what we want. So no wastage of food, no wastage of items. The way we get food in a relative's home, especially you are a newly married boy and you have gone to auntie's house, nothing but sasural. The way you get food there, dependency injection or not? Say something, Ra Babu. Please enjoy the concept. Please enjoy the concept. The people who are already having little bit of spring knowledge, can you keep all the things aside? Can you focus on the subject? I will introduce a right point at right time. Sir, burden means overload, Ra Babu. Mr. Burden, you are not understanding English wording burden. Burden means overload, more work. Ulla Raut. Yes, boss. Yeah, the way you get your food in relatives' homes, sasural, is dependency injection or not? Because whatever they prepare, they assign to us, right? Whatever they prepare, they assign to us. You may like, you may not like. First 10 days fresh food, 11th day onwards, leftover food. 10 days only you are a relative. 11th day onwards, you are a family member. Okay, guys. I'm just joking. Underlying container or server or framework or JVM or runtime environment may inject both necessary and unnecessary. What is this, guys? Unnecessary dependent objects to target class object. Everyone understanding? Super, boss. I think I have given conclusion also how to understand this. Which is best, sir? No doubt, guys. By giving proper instruction to IOC container, we can use dependency injection in a better manner. There are situations where dependency lookup should be used. There are situations where dependency injection should be used. And the good part, guys, Spring supports both. Spring supports both. Spring framework supports both dependency lookup and dependency injection. Dependency injection. But okay. No, right, boss. But industry uses more, guys. Industry use more of dependency injection. Are you getting my point? Okay. Industry uses more of this one, Rababu. Industry uses more of this one. Okay. Why industry uses more? This will be used more. Array, because of this, less burden on the programmer, na boss. Everything happens dynamically. This will be used more. Sir, but it may inject unnecessary objects, na? So those instructions we have to give properly to the container. Are you understanding? Come on. We have to give instructions to container, na? Hey, container, inject this, don't inject this, don't inject this. If we give proper instruction, proper inputs to IOC container, we can avoid, we can make IOC container injecting only necessary objects or not. By giving proper inputs or instructions, right? To IOC container, we can make the IOC container, okay, injecting only required dependent objects. Required dependent objects. So this facility is there in IOC container. Okay, guys. Now tell me why Spring container is called IOC container. Look at this, boss. Everything is taken away from programmer. Everything is taken care by container. Na? Is it not reverse of regular activity? Is it not inversion of regular activity? That's why Spring containers are called IOC containers. I think other day I have explained through real life example. If you want a loan from bank, you should apply, you should get the loan. That's the regular process, traditional process. Are you understanding? Traditional process. That's a traditional process. But if you are getting regular salary, if you are getting regular salary, you will get pre-approved loans now, boss. You are eligible for 10 lakh for pre-approved loan. You simply say yes, one click you say amount will deposit into your account, right now? The amount will be deposited into your account. Come on, my dear. So that is not looking like a dependency injection. So everything else is done by bank people and giving pre-approval loan to us. Is it not reverse of regular process? And Spring IOC container also doing same thing now, boss. It is taking so many operations away from the programmer and it is taking care of those activities. In that process, burden on the programmer is reduced. It's a reverse of regular process or not? It's the reverse of regular process what we do in core Java. That's why, is there any wrong to call Spring containers as IOC containers? Why the Spring containers are called? This is also very popular interview question. Containers are called IOC containers. Okay, guys. First of all, we should understand what is this. IOC means inversion of control. Inversion of control. Okay, that means reverse of traditional process. Reverse of traditional process. Okay, guys. In normal Java applications, nothing but core Java style applications. Core Java style applications. Okay, guys. Loading classes, creating objects, assigning dependent object to target object, managing those objects, using those objects. destroying those objects at the end should be done by programmers directly or indirect. Directly or indirect. Are you understanding my statement, guys? So this is called traditional process, boss. This is the traditional process or not? Traditional process where programmer is overburdened. Overburdened means more work has come, right? Overburdened. Everyone convinced, my dear? In Spring applications, in Spring Boot applications, all the above said operations will be taken care by whom? All the above said operations will be taken care by Spring container, also called IOC container, right? That means it is reversing. What is that? Reversing means inversing. It is reversing, nothing but inversing traditional process. Traditional process by taking all the control of all the operations. Control of all the operations. I hope you are understanding my statement, guys. In Spring Boot also same IOC containers are there. In Spring Boot also same IOC containers are. Are you understanding my statement, boss? Okay. It is reversing or inversing traditional process by taking all by taking the control of all the operations. So the Spring containers are called. So the Spring containers are called. This is very popular interview question, boss. Containers are called IOC containers. I hope you convinced it, guys. IOC, not Indian Oil Corporation, inversion of control. Inversion means reverse of control. So traditional process is reversed or not? Traditional core Java style application development is reversed or not? Core Java application development says, programmer, you are the person who should take care of everything. Spring application says, IOC container, I just give instructions and inputs. It is your work to take care of everything. It is your work to take care of everything. Is it not interesting, Rababu? That's why Spring is popular, Rababu. That's why frameworks are popular, especially Spring is popular. Everyone enjoyed my boss? Okay, boss. Now listen. Dependency management using Spring. Using Spring Frame. Dependency management using Spring Frame. Okay, guys. As usually, here also dependency lookup is possible or not possible? Dependency lookup. Dependency lookup. By using IOC container, supplied Get bean method. What method, guys? Get bean method. Get bean method. Okay, we can search and get our choice. What is this? Our choice. Dependent spring bean class object. Are you understanding my statement? Only we can get our choice dependent spring bean class object. Convinced, my dear? Yeah, dependency lookup. Dependency lookup is possible through this process. Array, in IOC container is one object, Babu. On that, we have to call get bean method. Just try to understand what is what. Don't get into technicalities, my dear, please. There is a method called get bean. Okay, there we mention what dependent bean object you want. Okay. What dependent spring bean class object you want. You just pass and you will get it. Array, other day in IC.lookup method we called na boss. IC.lookup method we called to get our choice dependent object from J&A registry. Here, what is the method we are having? Get bean method. What method? Get bean method. Okay, boss. Listen. Note. Every IOC container is an object created for the Spring API supplied predefined class. Predefined class. Are you understanding my statement, guys? There are some predefined classes. If you create object for that predefined class, IOC container is ready. That means IOC containers are lightweight containers now, boss. You just create object, container is ready. Don't Servlet JSP containers are heavyweight containers, na Babu. But IOC containers are very lightweight. You want to feel that? 1 minute. Example. File system XML application context. Okay, guys. Sudhir Raja, get bean itself performs lookup operation. Please. File system XML application context CTX is equal to new file system XML application context. Application context, some input file. Now listen carefully, boss. See, this CTX now represents IOC container. Are you listening my statement or not? This CTX represents IOC container. Don't you think IOC container is lightweight container? Can you create Servlet container like this? Can you create JVM like this? Can you create JSP container like this? But IOC container is one-line statement, Ra Babu. IOC container is one-line statement. One predefined class is there. Create object, IOC container is ready. Wherever you want, however you want, you can just create IOC container by creating object for one class. Don't you think IOC container is lightweight container? IOC container is a lightweight container. Because, tell me, boss. No, it can be created in many ways. I'm just giving one way, please. Because it can be created. It can be created wherever we want by just creating object for Spring API supplied predefined class. Are you not feeling, boss? Are you not feeling lightweightness? Okay, guys. Servlet JSP containers are heavyweight. Heavyweight containers, right now, boss? How can you say they are heavyweight container? Can we create servlet container by using single line statement? By using single line statement, can we create JSP container? Array, to start a servlet container, JSP container, first of all, we need to install and start web servers and application servers. Like Tomcat, WebLogic kind of big softwares we should install now, boss. And to activate JVM, first of all, we should install JDK kind of big software or not? One, my dear. So compared to them, IOC container creation is very easy process. Very easy process, boss. Because to create them, to create or activate them, we need to use the heavyweight. We need to install and start. Install and start another heavyweight web server. Okay, or application server software. Application server software. Here is what? WebLogic. Are you understanding my statement, my dear? Okay. If not worked with Tomcat, you might have heard about Tomcat, which is a heavy software to install. If not worked with WebLogic, you might have heard about a WebLogic. It is again a heavy software to install. But that much headache is there to create IOC container, boss. Are you believing or not? IOC container is lightweight container. It's like any other object creation. How I created date class object, how I created array list object. Are you understanding my statement? Similarly, by creating one more object, I am ready with IOC container. On this IOC container, if we call getBean method, understanding my statement? If we call getBean method, sir, jars copy is not installation, Rababu. Jars are just libraries arrangement, right? Okay. If we call getBean method, passing bean ID of another Spring Bean class object, it will search and get that Spring Bean class object or not? It will search and get that Spring Bean class object or not? That is what I am trying to, boss. By using IOC container supplied getBean method, we can search and get our choice dependent Spring Bean class object. Now convinced with this statement, guys? Now understood this line? Indirectly this object, Rababu. Indirectly on this CTX object, if we call getBean method, okay, we can search and get our choice Spring Bean class object, dependent Spring Bean class object. Everyone getting my point, guys? Just try to understand what is what. Don't get into technicalities much. In target class, okay, you have this IOC container. On that object, you call getBean. Pass it the bean ID of required dependent Spring Bean class object. Then it will search and get that Spring Bean class object or not. Everyone understanding my statement, boss? Okay. What is number 2, guys? Dependency injection. Dependency injection. Yeah, the interesting part is this dependency injection in Spring can be done in multiple ways. Can be done in different ways. Subtypes are there. Subtypes are there. Setter injection. What injection, guys? Setter injection. Setter injection. That means what happens, boss? IOC container uses setter method to assign dependent class object to target class object. Constructor injection. IOC container uses parameterized constructor to assign dependent class object to target class object. Field injection. Field injection. IOC container assigns dependent class object to target class object by using fields, by using properties, guys. Directly they will be injected to fields. Directly they will be injected to field. That is called field injection. Are you understanding my statement? Fields are nothing but member variables. Fields are nothing but member variables. Injection will be done to the member variables directly. Injection is done by using setter method. Injection is done by using constructor, right? Okay. Next, arbitrary method injection. Arbitrary method injection. Injection is done by calling one or other arbitrary method. Injection is done by calling one or other arbitrary method. Injection is done by calling one or other arbitrary method. Listen, boss. Any normal method, you can call it as arbitrary method. Method without specialities is called arbitrary method. That's why it is called arbitrary method injection. Okay, guys. Next, number 5. Interface injection, boss. We'll launch each point separately, boss. It is also called aware injection. It is also called aware injection, boss. Super, boss. Next, number 6. Interface injection, also called aware injection. Next one, lookup method injection. Number 7. Okay. Number 7. And we are going to take up each injection separately. Lookup method injection. Number 7. Method injection. Method injection or method replacer. Yeah, these are the different dependency injection supported by Spring Boss. Are you listening my statement, guys? Okay, studying dependency lookup, studying different modes of dependency injection is nothing but studying Spring Core module. In Spring Core module, we mainly concentrate on what? How to do dependency lookup, how to do different modes of dependency injection. You know one thing? So many people in the industry knows only setter injection and constructor injection. At least now you are realizing we are going to learn something great, which you are not aware of. Someone asks you how many modes of dependency injection you can do in Spring. I know 7 modes of dependency injection. First, you will be surprised. He expects 2 from you. But if you say 7, then out of curiosity, you will ask, what are those? If you list all the 7, then you will ask one question. Can you work with all these injection? Can you tell me scenarios where all these are used? Are you understanding my statement? And when you start explaining one by one, okay, his impression on your knowledge will be increased. Why? Because a lot of injection you heard earlier, but you never know much. But you are going to explain them. You are going to explain the interviewer in detail because our Spring entire core module, our target is what? Learning Spring Bean lifecycle management, learning dependency management using lookup operation and 7 modes of injection operation. This is core module, boss, nothing else. In Spare core module, what we are going to learn? In core module, don't expect I will be developing great application like website, distributed application, super application. I don't do that. In core module, our target is how to create IOC container, how to pass instructions to IOC container, how to make IOC container taking care of Spring Bean lifecycle management, how to make IOC container performing dependency lookup and 7 modes of injection. That's it. Don't you think it is looking like in core Java course we are learning what is class, what is object, what is interface, what is abstract class, what is inheritance. It is not looking like that, boss. So that's why as long as you are learning Spring core module, your target is not developing big application. Your target is understanding Spring ecosystem. What is Spring? What is IOC container in Spring? Why that IOC container is given? What is Spring Bean? How to perform injections? How to perform lookup operation? Where to use lookup? Where to use injection? These are the things, boss. But one thing you know, 50% of Spring and Spring Boot interviews based on core module. Nothing but Spring Basics, boss. Nothing but Spring Basics. 50%. Yes, we are going to see practical implementation of all these things. Tomorrow onwards, our work is taking each mode of injection and enjoying its practicality. Understanding what are the merits and demerits of each injection. Are you getting my point, guys? Are you getting my point, guys? Come on. Are you enjoying the session? I think the people who are having good core Java knowledge, are you able to relate all these things? Okay, guys. See, boss. Listen. Since you are learning a new course, new framework, lot of new terminologies will come. When you start fearing about new terminologies, you cannot learn new things, boss. I'm saying you should have acceptance to new things. Today new, tomorrow bit new. After 2 days, okay, quite new. After 4 days, old. Yes, na, boss? New remains new until we make it old. By seeing the word IOC container, what is this? I don't know this. When I can understand. First of all, first accept it. Take it. Keep in your brain. Especially I am talking to Atul Kumar. Any new terminology I introduce, he says, sir, what is this, sir? I'm not getting. First you listen completely, Atul Kumar. I should not teach how to listen the classes. All you are graduates, right? Fine. I hope, are we going good? Am I reachable to you? Are you able to understand my statements? Okay. See, in today's class, we have got the clarity. What we are going to study in Spring Core module. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Why we should watch reverse order? Please watch backup videos in the same order. Then only you will get continuity. IOC container is lightweight. Why? Suryavanshi Pradhan, 2 minutes back only I said, na? By just creating object for one or other predefined class, we can keep IOC container ready. Can you keep servlet container ready like that? Can you keep JSP container ready like that? Okay, guys. Now listen, these are the backup videos, boss. These are the backup videos. Please watch them. Okay. Yeah, you will get video link of this class also. These are the faculty details, my mail ID, Facebook URL where you will get the notes. And as long as demo classes are going on, I will give the notes through Facebook group. Once batch is finalized, meeting ID is changed, I will give everything in the form of Google Classroom. Is that clear, guys? Okay. Tomorrow also join with the same link. The day link is changed, you will get email and WhatsApp message having the new meeting ID. In that meeting ID, you will be having Google Classroom details also. Google Classroom details also. Sir, these are the faculty details. That's it, nothing else. Okay. Yeah, let me show how to collect the notes from Facebook group. This is the Facebook group, guys. It's a private group. You have to become member of the group in order to get the content of the group. Okay, I am uploading the content, boss. Spring, what is your batch code? Remember batch code. NTSPBMS 716. Sir, okay, this is today's file, boss. Let me save first before uploading. Okay. The people who are feeling new terminologies, please watch the backup videos. Everything looks old. Yeah. See, guys, you got today's document here. Just refresh once. You will get today's document. Your batch code is what, guys? NTSPBMS 716. There, 3 dots are there. Click on download. Go to downloads folder. Go to downloads folder. Open the document in the paintbrush. You will get the content as it is. Happy, boss? Okay. In future, I will give PDF documents, Word document. Okay, a lot of classroom application through Google Classroom. Okay, until link is changed, you have to collect the notes from Facebook. Kavya, if interviewer asks, did you work on this type of injection, all the 7 type of injection? Then you have to answer majority. I worked on majority injections. Farooq Sheikh, evening 4 p.m., a new advanced Java batch is started. Anyone can share evening batch link, boss? I don't have. Anyone can share evening batch link? Srikant sir, can you share evening batch link to me? Otherwise, 1 minute. I will give from here. Yeah, this is a new batch, boss, evening batch. In the Facebook also it is there. In the Facebook also it is there. This is advanced Java batch link at 4 p.m. Okay, guys. Dharmendra Swan, if you are showing experience, you can switch anytime. For fresher, job market is bit tight. I think by the end of May, June, okay, market will be open even for freshers. Market will be open for even for freshers. Behra, Spring Bean means any Java class whose object is created and managed by Spring Container. It can be any Java class whose object is created and managed by Spring Container. Clear, boss? Are we going to have class for Spring MVC also? Shomshekar, in the day one backup video, I have given 25 plus modules that I am going to cover. Lot of tools list I have given, lot of common topics list I have given, lot of mini project list I have given. Yes, we are going to study Spring Boot MVC. We learn Spring Core module, then we study Spring Boot, guys. And every module of Spring, we will study in Spring Boot angle. Is that clear, guys? Okay, guys. Get bean method called on IOC container object will search for certain Spring Bean class object and gives that object. Will search for Spring Bean class object and gives that object. Is that clear? So indirectly it is performing dependency lookup. Indirectly it is performing dependency lookup. Is that clear, my dear? Sudhir Raja, lookup method is given by JNDI API. GetBean is given by Spring API. Both are doing lookup operation only, but method names are different. Because APIs are different now. One is from Spring API, one is from JNDI API. Clear, my dear? Okay, boss. Mr. Samay. Priyabhatra Samay. For full stack students of Naresh IT, the course fee is 6,000. For any outsider, the course fee is 8,000. The course fee is 8,000. In real time, both dependency lookup, dependency injection, both will be used. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Pawan, Spring Boot microservice is nowhere related to artificial intelligence. Okay, for that one you have to join in. Okay, for that one we have to join in. Okay, data science program. Data science program. ChatGPT is another search engine, boss. That's it, nothing else. Okay. Pramod, I have shared that document in the group. You can see that. If you have it, if you have to perform lookup in container, then getBean. If you want to perform lookup in JNDA, then IC.lookup method. Yes, in JNDA, using JNDA API on JNDA registry, if you want to perform dependency lookup, IC.lookup. Using IOC container, if you want to perform dependency lookup, getBean method. Super. Ashish, this course is more than sufficient for fresher because after this course, you can show 4 to 5 years gap as experience. Okay. Trilok, Spring Bean scopes are very small topic, very small topic, a very, very subtopic. Spring Bean scopes we are going to learn in core module itself. They come under Spring Bean lifecycle management, right? Okay. I will be dealing end-to-end topics of this course. Everything will be handled by me. Okay. Omkar, to learn Spring Data JPA, JSP is not required. JDBC and Hibernate knowledge is required. JDBC you should learn, but Hibernate I will revise. Rashmika M. Present, I am working in some bank project using Struts framework. Can I add Struts in my resume? Can I wait completed this course? Ramakrishna M. If you show Struts in the resume, calls will be less. Sometimes no calls also. My suggestion is wait to complete this course, then go with go to job interviews with a new resume, because then you will get more calls and you will be having more weightage. And you will get great package also, boss. When Spring Boot starts, I mean within how many days? Once the Spring core module is over, then I will start Spring Boot. I think today, technically speaking, yesterday core module started. Another 25 sessions are required for that. Mr. Stravani, along with the subject discussion, I will write the interview question. I will give reply as I have given today. But remember, don't just study interview questions. Why? Because interviewer never comes to interview cabin with a ready-made question paper. Your first question answer is based for second question. Second question answer is based for third question. Third question answer is based for fourth question. Because When two people sits in the interview room, they discuss the subject. That is not question and answer kind of thing. Is that clear? Dharmendra Swan, Naresh IT is offering academic projects. You can join in that. Or you can collect academic project from your friends or Naukari or from GitHub. Can we get direct call from on-site project? Any possibilities, sir, using Naukari? Then start applying for US companies now, boss. Start applying US companies. Yesterday I got call from Marvi Technology. They are hiring who knows Spring Core Java. But I have a doubt. Can I give interview on Spring? Pramod, you just started Spring. You cannot give interview on Spring. Pramod just started now, boss. I'm working for a company, but we don't have projects. We are on bench nearly 2 years. Can I keep 2 years experience on Spring Boot after this course? Vamsi, you can show 4 to 5 years gap as experience. That much knowledge I am going to give. I like your teaching style, my friend. My friend got 9 lakh LPA package after attending your batch. Dhanveswar, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Everyone sees the message, one success story I am sharing. Ramesh J, I don't know Barbe company full name. Can you search in the Google? NIT certification important for as 4-5 experience job. See, in the software industry, no one asks your certificates, Babu. Everyone asks knowledge. So if you want, we will give course completion certificate, but that really not required for IT industry. IT industry, what matters is the subject. In IT industry, what matters is subject. Thank you, guys. Today, 4 p.m., new batch of Advanced Java is there. You can join in that. Okay, guys. Raghavendra, once you got Spring MVC knowledge, you can go for project batch. Gopi Kumar, Java has got 25 years history. Mark my word, another 25 years, nothing happens to Java. Nothing happens to Java. Mark my word, Python will disappear all of a sudden one day. I will tell the reason why. I will tell the reason why. As of now, Python is succeeded in 2 areas. One is in IoT, Internet of Things, the devices which we control through Alexa. Number 2, data science. Number 2, data science. American, you have to change your system settings. Those who are not able to copy from the chat box, please change your system settings. Okay. Or you can do one thing. If I give any hyperlink, click on hyperlinks. They will be opened in the browser address bar, copy from browser address bar. Okay. 25 sessions are minimum required to complete Spring Basics. Sometimes it touches 30, 35 also. Data science includes artificial intelligence, right? Okay, now listen carefully. So Python is doing well only in 2 areas. Okay, IoT and data science. Okay, in that Java is also there. In those 2 domains, Java is also there. Okay, but Java is equally good in distributed application development, website development, standalone application development, enterprise application development, mobile applications development. Java is good in every area. When it comes to Python, it is succeeded in 2 areas. In that one also, Java is fighting with Python. One day Java will dominate Python. So that's why nothing to panic about Java life. Nothing to panic about Java life. Ashish K, you can take 2 topics of advanced Java parallelly if you have a time constraint. Akhil, once you get into Spring Boot MVC module, you can start going for interviews. There's no need of waiting for course completion. Thank you, guys. Have a nice time. Come regularly, do practicals regularly, reminding everything else, you leave it to me. I will take care of everything. Believe yourself, believe me, believe Java. Results will be positive. Thank you, guys. If I miss anyone's query, please mail me. I hope I shared my mail ID. Once again, I'm sharing my mail ID with you people. And I request everyone to log in to join the meeting by 7:75, because a lot of working people are there in this batch. They want to leave the session by 8:30. If I cannot start session by 7:75, we cannot complete the course, boss. So please, I know early morning headaches will be there, early morning emotions will be there. But if you want subject, you have to sacrifice something. Satish, after Spring Basics, we learn Spring Boot. So there is no need of teaching Spring Boot separately, na? Because Spring Boot itself is there in our course, right? I hope you are understanding. This course covers both Spring and Spring Boot and microservices. First, we learn fundamentals of Spring. Based on that, we learn Spring Boot, and all modules we are trying to develop in Spring Active. Clear, my dear? Thank you. Have a nice day.